sẵn chưa?
Chị dùng mic
5 phút con ạ.
15 phút ạ. Chị nói vào mic để cái tiếng nó thu cho rõ. Lúc gần hết giờ chị có cần cái này không? Tức là khoảng còn 3 phút em dơ này lên là chị biết để chị kết thúc nhá. Okay. Rồi, mời chị.
My name is Nhi, and today I'm going to present about the role of market orientation in securing the sustainable competitive advantage for a company that we call Little Tigers today. This slide is about the tables of content of the presentation, and I will jump right into the background of the Little Tigers company. And because of some confidentiality requirements, the real name of the company is not revealed here, and we call it Little Tigers. And Little Tiger Vietnam is a subsidiary of a German pump manufacturer. It's in the top 5 pump producers in the world, and in Vietnam it has been there for more than 20 years, and it's also in the top 5 in the local market. The big problem of the Little Tigers company is that it employs just an exclusive distributor for its sales. So the distributor did all the sales work and customer engagements, and this caused a lot of problems for Little Tigers Vietnam. And one of the biggest problem is the decrease in the revenues by up to like 50% in just a few years. So the solution, the leadership of the Little Tigers has to change its sales model and retake over customer connection. I'm going to use the Vario framework by Barney to explain why the old distribution channel Little Tigers failed the company in achieving sustainable competitive advantage. There are 4 elements in the Vario framework. The first one, valuable. Because of the dependence on only one exclusive distributor, Little Tigers didn't have much information about the customers, and the distributor did very little work in pre-sales and also after-sales service, so they didn't provide much value to the customer. The second element, is it rare? It's not rare at all, and it's very risky for the Little Tigers business. And in this situation, any competitors with better ideas, better customer connections, and more diversified distributors can always do better than Little Tigers. And the next thing is about inimitable. So the old exclusive distributor model was very easy to copy. And under this old model, Little Tigers' former employees and partners were not motivated. And so many of them left the company and brought with them all the knowledge and connections. And that weakens the business of Little Tigers. The last element, is it organized? It's not organized because there is a lack of coordination between Little Tigers, the distributor, and also the customers. And the sales team didn't receive the full support from its leadership. So in this circumstance, even very good ideas couldn't work. So in this case, changing and transforming the old exclusive distributor network is a must for Little Tigers to be strong again and regain its sustainable competitive advantage. I'm going to talk about the solution, which is the new distribution system. What we have here, under the new system, there is no longer just one exclusive distributor. Instead, Little Tigers have 2 distributors in the north and 2 distributors in the south. They all have a group of exclusive customers, and at the same time, they also share a common base of clients. And under the new system, Little Tigers coordinate with the distributors and also work more with the clients to deliver the best quality for the projects that they are engaged. And the advantages of this model is that it creates a reasonable competition among the distributors, and it's still within the control of Little Tigers, and it reduces the reliance on just one distributor. And in that case, products of for customers. The last thing is that Little Tigers now understand more about the market and their customers. And academically, this change in the new distribution system employs the selective distribution theory proposed by Kotler and the channel coordination theory by Kaufman. So in the next slide, I will walk you through the process of how Little Tigers transform from product orientation to market orientation, and then I will explain how this gives them sustainable competitive advantage and using the same real framework. About market orientation, as mentioned, I use the framework proposed by Kotler, and here he proposed like 5 orientations a company can adopt, and they evolved from product orientation to competitor orientation, customer orientation, and finally, market orientation is the most advanced form of orientation that a company can adopt because it's a combination of both, focusing on both customers and competitors. In reality, in Little Tigers company in the past, they believe that only good products are enough and they can secure customers from good products. However, they changed this perspective and now they focus more on customers. The sales team visit the customer, listening to their demands and provide technical training that they need, and that creates really connection with the customer. And in terms of competitive orientation, so in the past, Little Tigers didn't pay much attention to competitors because all the sales work were conducted by its exclusive distributor, and Little Tiger understand almost nothing about the competitors. But now they provide more resources to learn about what their competitors are doing, what they are up to, their strategies, for example. And in the past, many low-cost pump providers can win projects because the barrier entry for the projects were low. So to fix this, Little Tigers work with the investors of the projects and also the consultants to include better specification for those projects. And under the influence, only high-end products can satisfy the requirements, and the low-cost competitors could not compete in this case. And Little Tigers team and distributors now work with each other really closely, and to visit, to learn from the customers and also learn from the market. So in summary, with better customer care, intelligence on competitors, teamwork, continual learning, and distribution reform, Little Tigers has successfully adopted market orientation. Now I explain how the market orientation helps the company create sustainable competitive advantage. Under the new distribution channel, the valuable thing for the customer is significantly enhanced because now Little Tigers understand more about the needs of customers, and they can improve the pre-sales, after-sales, and support for customers as well as consultants for the projects and also the distributors. And in terms of the rarity, the model that Little Tigers is using is the recruitment of 4 distributors qualified, and this is really hard to find in Vietnam, and Little Tigers has been successful in finding them, recruiting them, and training them to be highly capable. Other companies can copy this model, but it's very hard for them to get the same highly capable partners. And in terms of inimitable, it is not easy to copy this model because it also requires the internal capabilities and resources to adopt this model. Because right now the sales director is strong in working with distributors, working with customers. He has influence with investors investors and also the project consultants. And even if other companies or other competitors have resources, they cannot always copy what Little Tigers is doing. And the last element, organization. So under the new distribution model, everybody in the company is on the same page, and the leadership of Little Tigers provides full support for the team as well as the distributors and also the customers. So all together, all of these elements have created Little Tigers' success in achieving the sustainable competitive advantage. And this can be shown through the positive results up to the first quarter of this year. And since the implementation of the new model, the revenue of Little Tigers in the first quarter of this year is equal to the revenues of the whole 2024. And in just 3 months of this year, 12 marketing campaigns were conducted, compared with 0 in the last year. And this year, Little Tiger succeeded in accessing 16 projects in comparison with 0 last year. And this year, they also obtained like 4 new customers compared to 0 last year. There are also some risks and limitations of this model. First, it depends very much on the leadership of Little Tigers, and especially on the sales director, because he's the key coordinator and the key leader of the distribution network. And the second thing is, with the new distributor setup, there is highly chance for conflict of interest among the distributors. That may cause a lot of troubles and headaches for Little Tigers to manage. And the strategy also assume that fair bidding is existing, and everybody is following